Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel Oh My Boo Podcast, and I'm your host Bhumika Mehta. Today's story is tough to tell, but it's the one we need to talk about. You know, sometimes life can feel like it's falling perfectly into a place, a good career, a loving partner, and a promising future. That's what Atul Subhash thought he had. But what if the picture perfect life is just a facade?
आपके बेटे ने सुसाइड कर लिया, एक बड़ा सवाल उन्होंने छोड़ा है, क्या कहें?
कानून व्यवस्था यहाँ की इतनी खराब है कि मैं इसका बयान नहीं कर सकता हूँ। एक जज जब करप्ट हो सकती है तो इस देश में क्या बचा है, हमको ये बताइए।
हेलो वर्ल्ड, मेरा नाम अतुल सुभाष है। मैं तकरीबन 34 साल का हूँ, बैंगलोर में रहता हूँ। आज करने जा रहा हूँ और 2 दिन जब इनके पिता की मृत्यु हुई थी तो जौनपुर में गए। सिर्फ 4 दिन इससे मिले। उन पर भी मर्डर, दहेज, मारपीट का इल्जाम और केसेस हैं। मेरे पेरेंट्स को मेरा बच्चा दे दें, वो उसको बेटर वैल्यू के साथ बड़ा करेंगे। दूसरा कि मेरे मरे हुए शरीर के आसपास मेरी पत्नी या उसका परिवार की तरफ से कोई नहीं आना चाहिए।
This is the heartbreaking story of Atul Subhash, who was a 34-year-old tech professional living in Bangalore, and how love, trust, and betrayal collided in a heartbreaking way. Before we dive in, just a heads up, this episode discusses emotional abuse and suicide. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that help is available. You will find the resources in the description below. The question arises, who was Atul Subhash? Atul Subhash was a guy with big dreams, born and raised in small town. Atul worked his way up to become a successful tech professional in Bangalore. We all know that marriage is not always easy. There are many ups, there are many downs, and you have to find your way through. But for Atul, those downs became his norm. Initially, Atul stated that his wife was very quiet, well reserved, and she always thought before speaking. But after some time and after the marriage, she started changing. She became controlling, demanding, neglectful, and yet Atul took it all just for the sake of protecting his marriage. He worked so hard to make everything work and hoping that everything would change and go back to the way it was, but instead it started wearing him down. December 9th. Just any other day for most of us, but for Atul, it was the last day he felt he couldn't keep going. That night, alone in his apartment, he wrote a series of notes to his family, to his friends, and even to his wife. In those letters, he poured out everything he's been holding inside: the loneliness, the hopelessness, the feeling of being trapped. And to be exact, he left behind the 24 pages suicide note and a video which lengthed around 90 minutes long. And I have watched the video. The experience of watching that video was I cannot even describe it in words, because I am watching a video of a person who is no more. And when I was watching the video, there were times in between when I forgot that the person I'm watching to is no more there. And suddenly the realization was kicking in. And I felt so hopeless, like there's nothing you can do now. There are many opinions of people. Some people are focusing on Nikita and her disturbing behavior. Some people are focusing on Atul, what he should have done. Literally, there are people who are blaming Atul Subhash. Throughout the case study, my main concern and the main thing that caught my mind was his son, 2 or 3 years old. I was trying to keep myself in his shoes, that when he'll grow up, he'll get to know about his father. This is such a viral case. How heartbreaking it would be for him. After reading the letter and after watching the video, many people got furious, and not just because of what happened to Atul, but also how often such cases go unnoticed. This wasn't just about one man's tragedy, it was a wake-up call for all of us. Atul's story became a rally cry. It opened conversations about emotional abuse and mental health, especially for men. Let's face it, we don't create a safe space for men to talk about their emotions and their struggles openly and without getting any bias or judgment. There's this idea they have to be strong, they have to keep it inside, they have to be silent. That's their idea of strength, but honestly, strength is when you have the courage enough to ask for help. That's the strength. His story is a reminder how important it is to keep check on the people that we love and we care for. And we should also make sure that they don't feel like they're alone. If you're watching this and you're feeling overwhelmed, please reach out. Please talk to someone. There's no shame in seeking for help. Now, what happened after? The arrest was just the beginning. Atul's case sparked outrage across the country. People demanded justice, not just for him but for all the men who have suffered in silence. But there's still a long way to go. The legal process is ongoing, and the arrest of Nikita, his wife, did bring closure to some people, but the question arises, how many other stories like Atul's are out there untold? If you found the story meaningful, let me know in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts, share your experiences, and let's keep this conversation going. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such stories that matters. Take care of yourself and others. Until next time.